Announcing the commencement of the first purge.
I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Just remember all the good the purge does.
Good morning, everyone. It's June 18th, 2018. I'm Eric. Second time I've tried to make this video, and this is really why I haven't been making videos, because I can't get anyone to be quiet long enough to do so. Constantly interrupted, and it just really pisses me off, because it's something I like to do. But, you know, I don't get to do it. Anyway, I digress. I'm here at, what is this? BeforeIt'sNews.com. This one is from Judy Byington. The Torture of Children by the U.S. Government. She notes that some of the links below don't work. She says she left them in to show how pervasive a cover-up has become on the U.S. government torture of children paid out of our taxpayer dollars. And FBI case agent discovered an email from Hillary Clinton, page 324 of the just released IG report, that referenced child trafficking, but he was told we can't be looking at this. Evidently, the IG report found thousands of emails on Anthony Weiner's laptop concerning the Clinton Foundation and their crimes against children that have yet to find room in the mainstream media. Over a year ago, a child trafficking scandal, Tucson Gate, was suspected to have linked child trafficking to the Clintons. Tucson, Arizona Mayor Jonathan Rothschild and Casa de los Niños Children's Shelter, and I'm sure I fucking butchered that name, government-sponsored torture and abuse of children appeared to be pervasive. On June 16th, Christine Gura of the Washington Post discussed a little girl no older than 2 who had been taken from her mother the night before and brought to a shelter run by the Office of Refugee Resettlement along the Texas border. She was screaming and pounding her fists on the mat, though the shelter employees weren't allowed to console her. It was a rule at the shelter that staff were not allowed to touch children in their care. From this author's experience, I would say that it's a basic rule for the mind control of children. Traumatize them, then don't help them to process the stress. Nearly 2,000 immigrant children were separated from their parents during 6 weeks in April and May, according to the Department of Homeland Security. Any adult who crossed the border illegally faced criminal prosecution while their children were sent to the shelter. Now, do you think maybe Donald Trump knows about this? I do. I mean, after all, it's his one of his campaign deals, the border, right? Illegal immigrant people. Their children don't deserve this. I mean, they're just children. They didn't have any say-so in whether their parents decided to break the law or not, did they? Just like my children, you know. If I say I decide to sell pot again, and I do it at home, I'm risking my children, even though they have no say-so in what I do, which is why I don't sell pot anymore. Let's see. Okay, So, any adult who crossed the border illegally faced criminal prosecution, while their children were sent to shelters. The boys were known to be behind bars in Walmart-converted warehouses. There was little or no accounting for teen girls, thought kidnapped into international child trafficking and gun running ring by the global elites and their mafia connections funded by the CIA and organized out of the office at the Vatican. Speaking of the Vatican, we know from a previous video I've done about a month ago that there's a child sacrifice planned in Geneva for, I believe, today. There was a warrant put out for Pope's arrest for these crimes by the International Common Law Court, but somehow I don't think it's going to be upheld. And I covered the suspected child trafficking camp that was discovered near Tucson, Arizona, yet Arizona police, state patrol, and federal agents saw no need to investigate. A veterans group had found and photographed evidence of child sex trafficking, such as restraints chained to trees and toys next to used condoms. Tucson legal entities refused to investigate the find, plus the vet group was refused access back to the property. A day later, the group was able to video some bulldozers covering up evidence that they had reported to Tucson legal entities, the same who refused to investigate. I mean, these are children. They have no say-so, and yet they're going to be taken and sold into that. Yeah. And my mother-in-law, she thinks I'm freakishly overprotective, but she don't know even a sliver of what I know. She don't read what happens to children who come up missing. This is what happens to them. I'm a survivor of tax-funded torture, enslavement, human trafficking, and mind control, including sexual abuse, said a woman from California in a 2013 petition. Requests for a congressional investigation, CIA mind control of children. 2 additional members of my immediate family are in recovery for these crimes, including one who is still a minor. In 1953, the CIA imported Nazi mind control experts from Hitler's Germany for the purpose of developing assassins and super spies for the CIA. This MK-Ultra program of illegal human experimentation utilized 149 subjects and 33 related programs done in 80 U.S. and Canadian institutions, including 44 colleges and universities. And of course, colleges and universities are the recruiting grounds for secret societies and CIA-type programs. And there are hundreds of secret societies on the college campuses, and they all interlock and they all work together. They have continuity of ideology. Evidently, the CIA and other government programs were still torturing children. We may never know where the CIA's $14.7 billion per year black budget was spent. Survivors of the government mind control techniques say they don't remember this extreme childhood abuse until many years after the event, making a quest for justice difficult. they're not going to ever get justice. The only way they're going to get any kind of justice is if we take action. You know these people deserve to be hung, right? All of them. Anyone who colluded with the ruling class to do these things, to steal the trillions and trillions of dollars from us, they should all be hung in the most public, gruesome manner as possible. So, I thought I would share this with you. I hope everyone has a good day. Here's something for you to think about. The people you trust to run your life, to run your country, are kidnapping children and selling them into sexual slavery and other things that I will not even mention here. Don't you think it's high fucking time we did something about it? Don't you think it's high fucking time that we took Bill's advice in the intro? And I think so. I think it is time. I hope everyone has a good day. Remember, kill the state before the state kills you.